Hi everyone, this is this month's edition of On Duty. I am Officer Sloan with the Elk Grove Village Police Department, and I'm here with Mike O'Hara from Public Works. He is the Fleet Administrator, and we are going to talk to you about winter driving safety. So Mike, what are some safety tips you have for the residents of Elk Grove regarding their vehicle?
Well, the best way to be prepared for winter driving is to make sure your vehicle is prepared for winter driving. Things like making sure your tires are in good condition and have enough air in them, making sure your fluids are full, especially washer solvent, so you can keep that windshield clean. You want to have good, decent wiper blades. You should be replacing those annually, and that'll make it safer for you in the winter. Make sure all your lights are functioning and that they're all visible and not covered with snow.
So Mike, is there anything that people can do for their tires for the winter?
A good thing to do is make sure that you have plenty of tread left on them. Most tires of today are rated for all-season use, depending on your vehicle and your application. Some performance cars, you may want to buy tires especially made for snow for the winter.
So I'm here to provide some tips for winter driving safety. There's a lot of things that you can do to try to prevent an accident or getting stuck in the snow. The first thing that I would do is check the weather before you leave. If it's particularly snowy or icy, that might make you decide to stay home or not leave the house to begin with, or it would cause you to increase your drive time. So you might leave 15, 20, even 30 minutes earlier to accommodate for the snow and ice on the roadway. Some other tips that I would like to point out to you is bring a charged cell phone with you. Not just having a cell phone is important, but actually making sure it's fully charged so that if you do get stuck, you're able to make the appropriate phone calls and get the help that you need. Every single car that you have should have a survival bag in it. Something that I put in mine at my car is a pair of gloves, a blanket, some water, a snack, maybe like a granola bar or a protein bar, and a snow brush. Anything you think you would need in case you're stuck in the snow waiting for a tow truck. Before you start driving, please clear your windshields on the car of all snow and ice. Sometimes you see the people driving with just a tiny little window. That is not safe. You're not going to be able to check all around you when changing lanes or when proceeding forward. So make sure that all of the snow is off your front and rear windshield and also off of your windows. I would also advise you to not use cruise control when the weather is inclement. It's never a good idea to just continue at the same speed all of the time when things are rapidly changing. You could hit a patch of black ice. You could have cars start to slow down in front of you, and you want to always be in control of the gas and what's coming through, how fast you're going on the road. Just slow down. I mean, if you're patient and you travel at a slower speed, you're going to be able to make good decisions. You're going to be able to anticipate problems like sharp turns or cars slowing in front of you without having to slam on the brakes. When you slam on the brakes, obviously you're losing control over the car, and we don't want that. We want you to always be in control of the vehicle. Increase your distance. Normally you'd stay, 2 to 3 car lengths behind the car in front of you. You'd want to increase that. You're not going to be able to stop as quickly when there's snow and ice on the road, so please allow more distance. If someone pulls in front of you, then make more distance again. Just be patient with it. The one thing that I've learned is the slower and the more patient you are, the less likely you are to have a problem. I would also advise you to stay in a plowed lane if possible. I know sometimes when I'm driving on the highway, there might be multiple lanes that are covered in snow, but then there would be one that's cleared away. And I would much rather prefer to drive on the asphalt than on fresh snow. Dress for the weather. Sometimes I'm guilty of it too. You leave the house and you don't have your gloves and your hat and your full winter jacket. You might just be running out to go to the drive-thru or something like that. But if something were to happen, you would need to get out of your car possibly and change a tire, or you would need to walk or wait for help, and you need to be warm. So make sure you're wearing clothing that can support you in cold weather if it need be. And finally, wear a seatbelt. This is a year-round tip for safety, but you're always going to be safer with a seatbelt on than with one off. If something happens, the seatbelt holds you in place, keeps you in the car, and keeps you safer than without one. So, Mike, do you have any tips for the residents for when they're driving on the roadway in traffic, either in front of or behind a snowplow?
Sure, yeah. When you see a snowplow, I mean, you know, they're moving kind of slow because they're putting salt on the road or they're plowing the snow from the road. They're out there to make the roads better for you. So if at all possible, you know, stay behind them, let them do their work. They may be slowing you down a little bit, but it won't be for long. They're going to get it all cleaned up and make your travel better for you. So when they have their lights on, the best thing you can do is give them some room and let them do their job.
Thank you. So for more safety tips for winter driving, you can visit IDOT's website for winter driving tips, or you can visit the National Safety Council to get more information about winter driving. I want to say thank you to Mike O'Hara for standing in with me on this month's On Duty. We appreciate the help, and we'll see you next time.